Hi everyone, it's Siddharth here, coming to you with another video on my channel. And welcome you if you're watching this for the first time or you're watching my channel for the first time. In today's topic, I want to focus on, as you see by the title, how you can effectively save $100 a month. Now, firstly, I want to put a big income disclaimer here. I'm firstly not a financial guru or advisor. I'm not qualified in terms of that specific role. So whatever I speak about here is basically from my own experience. It is basically to give you insight in terms of what I think personally works well. And if there's any sort of financial advice that you need to look into or any sort of education, I really advise you to obviously do your own research and your own investigation in terms of whatever it is that I speak about. Now, having said that, I've been thinking a lot about, currently, the global situation from an economic perspective. You would probably have seen a lot of economies are starting to slow down, and there's obviously a general global economic downturn. So the point that I've seen a lot of people bring up lately is, looking at ways to firstly have an effective plan where if something happens to their income or something happens where their income sort of value drops, they need to obviously have alternatives, because a lot of people run the risk where they're sort of working in one job. They're not having multiple sources of income, and from that aspect, they're not really thinking about what could potentially happen if for instance, God forbid, their job or something like that was taken away from them. Because at the end of the day, companies really are not obligated, to keep you or to be loyal to you. So it is your responsibility, obviously, to ensure that you actually have, an alternative that will give you, that sort of protection that I'm speaking about. So I thought it's a lot easier to look at a process or a platform that allows you to start putting away certain amounts each month, and based on two premises. One is that you protect whatever income it is that you have in terms of the amount that you've received, and the second aspect is obviously that over time, through value growth, that amount can actually grow. Now, I know obviously you can do various things. You can put money away in stocks, you can put money away in bonds, you can put money away in cryptocurrencies, which is great. But the reason I'm looking at this is because there are certain people that perhaps feel that they need a really large amount to put away. And I'm trying to create a process where people can actually start simply and they can build it consistently over time. So that's the reason I chose a round figure of $100. I think it's an easy figure to work with. It's a figure that you can apply globally. And what I would say is you would set up a process whereby when you receive, for instance, an income, or if it's a commission or anything that you receive that relates to you receiving remuneration, you would sort of set up, your bank perhaps would set up an automatic payment, which would be like an equivalent of $100, and that could go anywhere. But my suggestion is to look at a platform basically that firstly is related to a safe haven. And in my instance, I think the most notable or most well-known safe haven is the metal gold. Now, gold firstly protects the value of your amount because it's always been an inflation beater. You can actually go and look at statistics. You can look at statistics for gold performance over the last 5 years, 10 years, even the last year. The other day I saw an amount that was around 13% in terms of gold's value. So it had gone up by 13%. Now, as I said before, this is a disclaimer. You do need to go and check yourself what are the specific values in terms of gold's growth. But the thing with gold is the reason a lot of people couldn't actually sort of, start putting amounts in that platform is because one, the availability of gold was such that only certain people could buy it at certain values, which were very high. And secondly, it was not easy to obviously store gold physically, where obviously you could actually, start putting amounts away for it in terms of a savings platform. So the good news is that there's various platforms on the internet that actually allow you to, start firstly buying into gold. You could obviously order the gold physically. You can store that gold physically, and then at a later stage when the value has gone up, you can obviously sell it to an approved gold buyer. Or you could actually buy directly online, and you can actually start, putting certain amounts away. So I found that the easiest thing for me was to look for such a platform. And luckily, through my research, I was able to find a platform that, one, allowed me to start buying very small increments from starting 1 gram of gold or even less than a gram of gold. So I could actually start putting amounts like $100 away each month into this platform, which allowed me to save into gold and to store it digitally. And this is obviously gold which I have access to. If I want it physically delivered to me, I can get it physically delivered to me. But basically that allows me firstly to ensure that I'm keeping my money straight away into a platform that will store its value because of the protection that gold gives. And also, as time goes on, like I mentioned, in terms of gold's value and growth, it'll obviously increase in value. And based on what I've done from my own research and my own comparisons, I found that gold has always outperformed most, stock markets and global platforms in terms of investments. And now, like I said, this is my opinion. I think it's the easiest way to obviously protect your money. It's the easiest way to put $100 away each month. And if you're wondering what kind of platform you can look at, I can give a suggestion of a platform. If you look at the first link below on the description of this video, you will actually see a platform where you can access it. You can start with a free account, and you'll be given the opportunity to obviously start saving your amounts in gold. If you have less than $100, that's a great start. The point is you can start doing it automatically each month as well. There is a mechanism in the system which actually allows you to autosave a certain amount each month into gold. So I think for me, it's the easiest way to look at a way to start building a platform which firstly, you can obviously start putting away a certain amount, like $100. You can then obviously do this consistently each month. So in order to achieve that consistency, you need to ensure that you set up something automatically that takes $100 and puts it away, so that you don't start, spending it away. Because I also want to state that this is not a process, firstly, to become, extremely rich. If you're looking for a platform like that, then I would suggest that you stop watching this video. That's not what I'm here to basically talk about. And secondly, like I've said, based on my own research, I feel the easiest way to protect your money now, especially in a very slow global economy, is to start looking at a platform that basically puts your money into a genuine metal that is globally being recognized as gold. So I do hope this video has given you some insight, and I hope you do look at this as a long-term building strategy that will actually help you start building a platform, so that come a specific day, and hopefully it doesn't happen, but in order to protect you from that eventuality, then you obviously will have something in place already, and you'll be glad you actually set up something like that. I hope you found a lot of value in this video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do press the subscribe button. And if there is any comment that you want to make, I'm more than happy to engage with some comments. I would love to hear your thoughts about this video, and I really do hope that you do become a part of this channel and you will follow me going forward. Thank you very much.